Alright, and it is Grog Dog Plays Games back with another episode of Minecraft Feed the Beast with the Monster Pack. And we've still got power problems because we haven't solved them yet, but we're going to try and solve them this episode. So what I've got right now is I have two Resonant Ender Cells, one downstairs now, getting charged up with my biofuel setup, so I can just sort of use those as a stopgap measure to sort of present some auxiliary power. And I'm kind of thinking maybe I should just turn this off so that this can store up energy, which hopefully will sort of keep this system running. I don't know. But we're going to try and solve those now. The first part of that is that I have attached an export bus for yellowite to my sag mill, because when you use a sag mill, your yellowite ore is going to get two yellorium dust and a bluorium dust sometimes. Everything else just gives you one yellorium dust. And then to further that, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves an induction smelter, which we're going to put right there. And then we're going to, let's see, that's going to be input. That's going to be output. And actually, now that I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking... Do I want that to be the case? Yes. So what we're going to do is have two different inputs on that. So we're going to need an export bus. Sure. A fuzzy one. And we're going to need an interface. So let's craft one of those. Alright. We're going to need some cable. There's some of that. We're going to need some sand. Okay, there's some sand. Anything else? No, it's already got redstone. And I believe I've already got the... Oh, I don't have that. Let's see. I'm going to need the... I have an export bus, but I need an import bus. There we go. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to have an export bus here. That is totally an import bus. We're going to have an export bus there. And we are going to configure that to export sand to green. And then we're going to have... come in here. The import. Let's get rid of this. Put that there. Oh, that is how we are powering it. How are we going to get stuff out of this thing? I'm guessing we're going to go that way. We'll do that. And then what we'll do is we'll say, instead of those going out that way, they will go out that way. Alright. Sure. Okay. So now all we have to do is come back over here and sand. And let's get some yellorium dust. Two of that. Let's come back over here. Let's say this is active with signal, which means it should not be on right now. Drop a yellorium dust in there. And then watch this not work. Why do you think that's not working? Yellorium dust. There we go. Yellorium dust. You can smelt it, furnace it, induction smelter. Oh, it's 2 yellorium dust and a sand. It gets you 2. Oh. Well, that doesn't help. 200 RF versus 1,000 RF. Alright. Can I do one of these guys? I can. Alright. So this doesn't help me whatsoever. So let's just go ahead and do this and that. Before I forget, let me do that. And let me do that. Alright, well, that's not going to work. So, let's put all of these things back. Yeah, all go back. You too. And we will say, put a yellorium in, get an ingot back. Code, oh, there's no blank. Bees. Alright. Encode. Clear. Alright. So there we go. There's that. Now what we're going to need to do is have a system. Good Lord. Alright. So we're going to have a system export. So my question is, this does not have a crafting option. I was pretty sure one of these pipes let you craft. But I'm not seeing it. Export. Fluid export. Basic export. I'm pretty sure the basic doesn't have it. The precision might. What does the precision need? A basic export? There's like a bunch right there. No, the precision doesn't. Basic doesn't. Like I said, I was really pretty sure that one of those things let you craft. Let me look into that, and then I'll be back. Alright, so I did figure it out. I just needed to play around with the things. That there's stack move, move single items, or craft, and then you can set it also to craft only. We will set it on that, so it's going ahead and let me put all the rest of this back. So I'm telling it export to the barrel. So what it's doing is it's saying, okay, I know how to craft that, and I craft it by throwing it in my induction furnace. So it's crafting them. Unfortunately, it only does it one at a time. But it's going to do that, and then we probably want to get those over here, because this is the room where we are going to want to build our reactor. So, let's see. So first what we probably want is at Big Reactors. We're going to want a number of reactor casings, which means we're going to need some graphite, which comes from coal or charcoal, or graphite dust, which it looks like we're not really going to get. So let's see here. I have a whole bunch of coal, nothing to do. So let's see. If I drop that in there, does that get me graphite? I mean, if mimicry gets me 2, that definitely gets me 1. So let me... I have 23 stacks, 1,400 of those. And I'm not using them too much, so let's go with coal I don't know why I just put that away. And grab a stack of that, and then I'll grab a stack of, that is, I wonder what these things do. What does a mimicry orb do? Whoa! Okay, lots of stuff. I thought that I thought this said coal plus mimicite gets me 2 graphite. But it didn't. Huh. Fair enough. We will just go ahead and cook this up. Don't know why I would do it in there. Let's come over here and do it in the speedy guy. Alright. Let's see. So we need at Big Reactors. We're going to need a bunch of this. So let's see. Oh. Right. Storage. Alright, let me get this set up and I'll be right back. Alright, so I think we are nominally ready for this. Alright, so to build a big reactor, one of the things you need a bunch of different items here. And we're going to go through those, but the first thing that you need is some reactor casing, and you're going to lay this out basically the same way you would for like an iron tank. Same sort of deal. So right now I'm just laying the ground floor of this, and now that I think about it, kind of thinking I might want this to be down a step. So let's see, we're going to have the outside liquid, the middle liquid, and the outside. And then the outside liquid, the middle liquid, outside. So should be able to make a box. And let me go ahead and fill that in, fill that in. This has been bothering me for a while, so let me just grab those. Let's not place item ducts down there. Let's place cobblestone. Alright, now we should be able to go there. Okay, it looks like everything's going to work out. I made everything the right size. Oops. Alright, there. And then I believe we're going to do... You could do this almost any shape. That's the cool thing about a big reactor is they're very friendly, for now at least. So 3x3 is, I believe, the minimum size, but it can go up from there. And there's all sorts of various calculations as far as how many fuel rods you put in the middle and what you do with them and that kind of stuff that we don't necessarily have to really worry about. But let's see, I want one there. And then on this side, we're going to want the same thing. That firefly is really annoying. Now, the sides can be reactor glass, which is what this is, reactor glass, or it can be the reactor casing, doesn't matter. Also, you're going to have some various items on there. For instance, let's see, we're going to have all these. So you're going to want to have an access port. Let's see, we're going to want a controller, we're going to want another access port over there, and a power tap. And I don't think it matters where those go, but one of these access ports I'm going to set direction out, and that's going to let me pull plutonium out after the reactor converts yellorium ingots. It'll convert that stuff into plutonium. Alright, so the inside of the reactor. You need to have... Oh, well, I guess I should cover it. The outside basically has to be a frame of casings, and then the interior wall can be made up of the glass or casings or any of these blocks. The reactor port, the power tap, you need a controller, you need an access port. The power tap is how you get power out. You need an access port to get yellorium in. You need an access port to get plutonium out. At least I think this one exports plutonium. I think. Pretty sure it does. Additionally, let's see. At Big Reactors. What else is there? There's a RedNet port, a computer port, and a Redstone port that allow control by Redstone or RedNet or ComputerCraft. There's a cyanite reprocessor, which is going to change cyanite. Oh, that's what comes out. Cyanite is going to come out, right? Like cyan, the color. That's why it's tealish. And then you'll be able to put that into a reprocessor that will take cyanite and make it into plutonium dust, and then you'll be able to furnace plutonium dust into plutonium, and plutonium feeds the advanced form of the reactor, which is not in this version, but it does. And then on the interior, you're going to need some yellorium fuel rods. In this case, I'm using 3 stacked up. You need at least 1. And it's going to be topped off by a control rod there. Now, what these do is they transfer heat 4 blocks out. So you can have more fuel rods in here. So if I wanted to, I could make this wider or longer and put more fuel rods in there, and it would be totally fine. In this case, I'm just going to use the 1 because I don't need a ridiculous amount of power, and it's mostly just going to get wasted, or not wasted, but it's mostly going to get stored for a long while anyway, so I might as well do that. Now, you know what, I might go ahead and just put, you can see I made 8 resonant ender cells, so that's 50 million RF. So 100 million, 200 million, 300, 400 million RF storage capacity right here. So, yeah, the reactor's only going to put out a couple hundred, so I should be able to store it quite well at Big Reactor. I might want to go ahead and put a redstone port on there. Because you can control it with that, that might be useful to be able to do. So we'll just come over here, stick that right there. I'm just thinking at some point if I fill up all of these, I may want to just go ahead and turn the reactor off to conserve yellorium. I don't know, we'll see. So anyway, that's going to go on there. That can go away. Alright, so now that this is in there, what do you put around it? Well, you can put solid blocks, and they work basically, well, you can put water in here as a coolant, or you can put solid blocks of metal, and their efficiency increases based on their rarity. So iron to gold to diamond. You can also use the cooling liquids. You can put, I believe the liquids function just like the solid ingots. So diamond, well, not diamond, but gold, all that kind of stuff. Or you can use gelid cryothium, which is good. But liquid ender is actually one of the better ones. So we're going to get 8 buckets of liquid ender. And while that's crafting, we're going to go do some more stuff over here. So let's go ahead over here and we're going to say export out of here to that barrel. Let's do that. That way the cyanite will come out and into the barrel. Let's go ahead and say that needs to go. Put a torch there. Let's go ahead and import, of course. I guess technically I could have a torch there now, but I don't like the way it looks, so I won't. Put a torch there. Alright, so there is going to take our yellorium from here. We'll do that, but not activate it yet. So that'll pump yellorium from there over and into our reactor. And then we're going to need, I guess I can just use redstone cable because I'm not going to be making 10,000 RF. I was thinking about using at Ender, is it IO? Is it Ender IO? Yeah, I was thinking about using the Ender IO energy conduits, but I don't have I don't have any of this. I mean, I could make all of that. That's not that hard. I don't know how to make this. What is that? Energetic alloy with an ender pearl. Okay, I mean, those are all fairly easy, but I'm not going to be outputting 20,000 RF per tick, so I don't really need to at this stage, so I won't. In the future, at some point, if I need to do that, then I certainly can. But right now, let's go ahead and put this. Okay, let's just fall through the floor. That'll be good. Alright, let's see. There. And we'll just put this on the floor for now. Like so. Alright, come over here. That and that and this and this and this and a servo and torch, not a torch, a lever. Those things are not the same. And then what? And then what else did I need? Oh, I needed covers and some hollow covers. Alright. There. No. Alright. There. Let's see. Let's do that. And we aren't ready for that yet. I guess I could just stick a lever up there. That might work better. This reactor casing. Now, how are we for ender buckets? We got our ender buckets. That is not what I wanted to do. Start sorting by name. It's gotten annoying enough. I've done that enough times that I'll just sort by name now. Alright, so we come over here and we're going to fill this. The resonant ender is the best conductor or coolant. It's the most efficient. So it's what we'll go ahead and use. There we go. So 8 blocks, or 8 points of liquid ender. Looks like I'm missing a casing. That's not good. 1 casing shy. I could just use the reactor glass, I suppose, just to get out of having to make a whole nother. Looks a little weird, but that's okay. So there we go. That is a completed reactor, and you can see the top changed, and the sides have the little rivets. That's how you know it worked. Now, if we click in here, you can see that nothing is on. It shows that we have 1 fuel rod, no heat, it's offline, no power output, no fuel usage. Waste, you can have auto eject, auto replace, you can have manual. We're going to have auto eject, and I'm going to first come over here and tell this to start sending the yellow right. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit activate. And of course it's 0 because none of the yellow right has actually arrived yet. So we're just going to give it a second. Once it hits, it'll work fairly quickly. While we're waiting for that, let's come over here and grab redstone. Energy conduit. And do this. Okay, those are all set up to 10,000. And that's going to go ahead and feed that. Let's come back over here. So far, still nothing. Alright, I will be back once the yellow right hits the reactor. Alright, so we've got this going. So if we come over here, actually, let me break that, plop that down. If you look in here, the reactor redstone port, you can configure the redstone to tell you all sorts of things. I've just got it inputting the reactor on and off. So with the redstone signal, it's on. If we come over here, we can see right now it's outputting 290 RF per tick. Everything is looking good. 1 fuel rod. It's not very hot. Now we're starting to actually use a little bit of fuel. So it uses just a tiny amount because I have just the 1 fuel rod, and because of the reactor being filled with ender, liquid ender, that also helps. One of the things that's neat with the reactor redstone is you can input the change control rod insertion. So you can raise or lower the control rods, which will also vary. It'll give you a little more control than on or off. That becomes particularly handy if, for instance, if I were to make this much bigger and have like five or six control rods, either in a star or a block pattern, and then was trying to adjust it, I might want like not 1100 RF per tick, but maybe I only want 500. Well, I could raise or lower them to vary everything. And to show that we're really getting, now we're at 289, to show we're really getting 289 RF per tick, we can come over here and see our resonant ender cell is just filling up. Now, 289 RF per tick is not a ton. That's, what, not even 4 RF, 4 dynamos. Is that right? These should be outputting 80. Oh, well, now they're outputting 4. But maximum is 80. So that's 160 for 2. That's 320 for 4 of them. So we're not even at quite 4 dynamos. But the nice thing about this is I can just shut this reactor off, come in, grab all my ender, have only a small amount of Yellorium lost, and go ahead and just break this part down, bring it out, or this part, and just put more fuel rods in, and I'll be generating even more power. So it's versatile, it's expandable, it's fairly easy to set up, it's safe. So this is still, looks like, losing power. Oh, let's go ahead and put that back on. So let's see, if we were to do this, and then to drop this back in, yeah, we're still sort of losing power. So I might need to make this bigger right now, just because it's easy to do now before I get too caught up in things. So I might go ahead and do that off camera, because we have hit the point where we need to go ahead and end this. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably push this way, and I'll probably go ahead and do like 4 control rods. So I'll just add one here, here, and here. So I'll just have 4, and that will significantly increase my RF per tick. So I'll do that off camera, and when I come back, I'll show you what it looks like next episode, and then we can move on to some other builds that I have in mind. We still need to get our village emerald farm going, because I would like some power armor. So we've still got some stuff to do, but that'll be for next episode. So that's gonna do it. I hope you had fun, because I certainly did. So until next time, I am Grog Dog Plays Games. See ya.